Yasmin Fodil. I am the COO at Code for America, and I'm so excited to be here with all of you today. And I'm especially excited to be here with Fesia Davenport, the wonderful CEO of Los Angeles County. And as Michael mentioned, you're going to see she deserves all the rounds of applause because she really is an incredible leader. And the reason that we're here today, as Michael mentioned, is a hard one. Earlier this year in January, devastating fires ripped through Los Angeles County for 24 days. Yeah. Hundreds of thousands of people had to be evacuated. Tens of thousands of structures were lost. And people lost their lives. And I am trying to promise, I don't know if I will succeed, that I'm not going to cry. But I do get choked up as a native Angelino just thinking about what my city went through and what people are still going through and what the incredible leaders in the county are shouldering in this moment. So with that, I think I want to just start by asking, how are you?
Thank you, Yasmin. I am so happy to be here and share this moment and share the stage with you. I would say today I am good and I am maintaining. I feel like I'm actually on a field trip away from the office, so this is great. I'm good today. Yes.
Awesome. So we're here to talk about the wildfires and the role technology has played in the recovery. But this is not the first crisis that you have led through. COVID-19 was just a few years ago. What have you learned leading through crisis?
Yeah, I think coming out of COVID-19, the county put, like many other jurisdictions, we were scrambling. We had to put a lot of infrastructure and processes in place. We had to learn to do things differently, quicker, faster. We wanted to be quick but not hurry, thoughtful in our process. And what I would say is coming out of COVID, the fires, they were a memory event for us. And I don't want to say that we're not learning anything and we won't continue to learn anything, but what it reminded us is just 2 short years ago, we were in a different type of disaster. And we were able to manage it, and we managed it on some level in a very effective manner. And so I felt like this was a memory event for us. Remember that you have learned to do harder things better. This is not new. It's different, but it's not new. And we have a playbook, and we've seen it before. We need to, disasters, all disasters are unique on some level. They always have some sort of a different signature. And so we needed to remember the things that we did in COVID that we got right and bring that urgency to the emergency to help with the emergency response, with the interim relief, and then the long-term recovery.
Yeah. So we got to know each other, because of your vision for the role that technology could play in recovery. What are some of the specific projects or initiatives that you are most excited about in terms of the role that technology can play in the recovery efforts?
Yeah. So one of the things I have said, and I think we've talked about this before, is, on some level, disasters are almost report cards on your current state, on your pre-disaster state. So if you have that system that you've been working on, thinking about, planning, discussing, debating for like 5 years, the disaster becomes your defining moment and your moment of truth. And I think that we were in that posture pre-fire with our permitting system. So one of the things that I'm excited about is, it's time for us to get off the cutting edge of 1970 with our, 1980, sorry. But it's time for us to, to elevate our game. We have a permitting process that's driven in large measure about how you pull permits. How many people have built something or did an addition to your room, or actually you don't have to raise your hand because I can't see you because of the lights, but in spirit. it is this process, and you have to get your land surveyed, and then you have to pull the permits, and you have to get an architect, and then you have to get a trusted contractor. Good luck with that. And you have to do all these different things. And that drives what our permitting process was. And so, as you know, I'm a big fan of Jennifer Palka. I feel like we have inflicted our process on the public. And so these folks are coming out of a disaster. They've lost everything. They're trying to rebuild their lives, and they have to navigate this process. So one of the things I'm very excited about is we're using AI. We know we've been studying our permitting process, and we know one of the things that causes one of the most common contributors to a delay is that the initial submission doesn't comply with the necessary building standards and codes. Those are very time-intensive endeavors to review all of those plans. And so we're using AI to do basically an analysis of the plan before it actually goes to someone's digital desk to see, do you have things in the right order? That will hopefully minimize and eliminate the number of rejections of permits and plans at the outset. So that's one of the things that we're very excited about. We have also implemented self-certification processes that will be done digitally. So things that we would say that it was digital, because you emailed it to us, but it wasn't a true digital process. And so we're trying to leverage that technology so that we can be faster, efficient, and overall more effective.
Awesome. So how did you inspire folks to kind of move forward on that change and to kind of use this moment to leverage technology in a different way?
So, I told them that we had to do it. But, okay, before that, right? Because you can get compliance or you can get buy-in. Those are two different things, right? And the fact that you weren't impacted or no one that you knew, you didn't know anyone that was impacted, that was no excuse for not adding what I said earlier, a sense of urgency to the emergency. And so, I have forced people on my team to read Recoding America, Why Government is Failing in a Digital Age and How It Can Do Better. I see you in the aisle. I felt the same way when I read that book. And, I'm telling people we have to do better. We cannot design systems where we pleasure our own processes. We have to design systems that work for people. And people do not care, particularly coming out of a disastrous fire, that there are 17 different parts of this permitting process. They want one part. They want one process. They want a single portal. They want ease of access, and they want to know, almost like a process map, tell me where I am in this process and how much longer I have to go. It's like when you do one of those surveys. I love the survey where they'll tell you, like, you have 3 more questions to go. And then I don't get survey fatigue. Then I know that I can hold on for those last 3 questions. Well, people that are in our permitting process are the same way. And so I think that has, in trying to inspire the team, it's like we have to do better. This is why we exist, right? We exist to serve the public. And there are people out there that are relying on us, and they do not know our names. They don't know that we exist, but they're relying on us to help them get through this permitting and recovery process, this rebuilding process, as quickly and as painless as possible.
Yeah. One of the things I admire about your leadership so much is you just naturally put people at the center of your decision-making and your prioritization. And I could talk to you about this all day. We have like 30 more seconds. What is any kind of principle that you feel is important to carry forward as you continue designing for this world of uncertainty that we are living in?
Yeah. I think I spoke to it earlier. What I would say is it's not about us. It's not about us. It's very easy when you're working in government because of the needs and the workload volume and the caseload and all the different things that you're working on. We often in government take on 1,000 things that we may not do the best way instead of taking on 500 things where we can knock it out the park. And so I tell people, let's use this moment. We have us, we have ourselves, we have been through disasters before. Let's add urgency to the emergency. And each and every person that's working in whatever department they're working on, you have agency. You have agency to do better and to help make someone's life better. And I believe that people want to do that.
Yeah.
Or I'll tell them to. But I do believe that they want to do that.
When in doubt, make them do it. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.